Hi everyone, my name's Kate and I'm the creator of Body Edit. For those of you who followed our video earlier on this month, where we were focusing on the legs and the glutes, you'll know a little bit about what we're all about and what the method does for you. For those of you that this is the first time you're seeing us, I'll just explain a little bit about the method. Basically, we do strengthening exercises that lengthen and condition the muscles, and we pull the muscles in tight to the bone and you create lean muscle that actually in turn boosts your metabolism. So we're doing moves using your own body weight as resistance mostly. A couple of the moves are a little bit more isolated, which is, for example, today we're doing abs and the core, so we'll be on the floor, so they're a little bit more isolated, but usually a lot of our moves are standing up using your own body weight as resistance, which is one of the keys to getting a proportionate, lovely, defined, sexy shape that's probably similar to, I'd say, a dancer's physique. So first of all, we need to start with a warm-up, as it's December and it's probably pretty cold. So all you're going to need is a soft padded floor, so whether you're using a gym mat like I've got here, or you could use your carpet at home or lay down a towel. And you'll probably need a chair, although you could possibly also use a wall here. So for the warm-up, we're just going to start with some simple knee raises with alternate arms. So making sure the core's nice and sucked in, nice and strong, and imagine there's a piece of string pulling out from the top of your head, lengthening your body upwards. So we're just going to bring in alternate arms. So we're just warming up the joints here, warming up the hips, the ankles, the knees, the shoulders, just getting them nice and warm so that you're not going to potentially injure yourself if you start off exercising from cold. Keep going with that. Nice steady breathing. Chest lifted, shoulders relaxed. Keep going. And we're just going to bring in a slightly different arm move. So we're going to bring the elbow towards the knee. So this time we're getting a little bit more of a twist in the torso. So we're warming up the side of the abs, which are the obliques. Making sure not to collapse like this. We want a nice, strong, tall, lifted shoulders and chest. We'll just do a few more of those. And then we're going to come center, so we're going to have a slightly wider stance, and we're just going to bend at the knees and point. So just warming up the knees a little more, bending a little more at the hips, and we're just going to bring in the arms. Nice gentle breathing. Lovely, just a few more. Get nice and low in the knees. And then we're just going to come to the last part of the warm-up, which is warming up the core area, which is particularly important for today, seeing as we're doing a core workout. So we're just going to stand. I'm just going to turn sort of slightly on the side so you can see better. Start with a wide stance. And we're going to bend at the knees, and then we're just going to tuck the pelvis under. So we're tucking it under that way, and we're rounding over the shoulders. So you're getting a stretch across the upper back. And then we reverse that. So we tilt the pelvis backwards and open up the chest. And so we're going back and open. So we round forwards and tilt back. Round forwards, tilt back. Keep going with those. Nice controlled movement. We're not throwing our sort of limbs around. We're not going with the momentum. We're just doing nice controlled moves. Just warming up the chest, the upper back, the waist, and the pelvis. Okay, lovely. We'll do two more. And that's it. Okay, so come on up, shake it all out. Hopefully you're a bit warmer by now, but if not, please repeat that process just to make sure you are nice and warm. And as I said, all you're going to need is a mat, or you could possibly do these ab workouts on your carpet, and a chair. You could also have your feet resting on the wall if you want, but we're going to do a chair today. So if you want to come down onto the floor, you want to place your feet on the edge of the chair, so they're just resting here. There's no pushing, you're just resting your feet on the edge of the chair. And you want to come on up like I am here on your elbows. And this is how we get into the starting position so that you can access the right muscles in the core and the pelvic floor. So what I want you to do is imagine like you're scooping your pelvis up like a bowl. So you're almost creating like a bowl shape here. So the pelvis tucks up and under. So once you're in that position, take your arms off, and you should find that you go down to about your bra strap height on your back. So you shouldn't be any lower than the bra strap, so you shouldn't be down here unless you've got quite weak stomach muscles, and then you need to perhaps do a little bit more work on them. But do as best as you can, but try and get up to your bra strap, so the height of your bra strap, and you shouldn't be any higher than that. You shouldn't be up here, you should be there. So with a nice tucked in curved pelvis, we're going to hold on to the side of the thigh. So we're just going to hold this for 10 seconds. Now make sure the elbows are up like this, they're not down here. The shoulders are relaxed, so they're down, and I just want you to shake the neck out. So this means you're not holding any tension in the neck, because that's quite common when the abs are a little bit weaker. We tend to hold a lot of tension in our neck. Obviously there will be some tension because you're holding your head up, but we don't want all the tension going to the neck. So the first move we're going to do is we're going to take the arms out by our sides. Now if this is too much, just use one hand first of all, hold on with the other, but take the arms by the sides, and we're going to slowly raise them up without lowering the shoulders, and we're going to raise them up above the head. And we're just going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Then we're going to slowly bring them down and hold on again. Now if you're particularly strong in the abs, you can keep them by the side, you don't need to hold on, but at any time, if you're feeling tired, come back to the starting position here and have a little break. Otherwise, keep holding on or have the hands to the side. Next move is we're just going to do little lifts. So we're doing pulses, tiny pulses, just bringing the upper chest towards the thighs. So keep going with that. We'll go for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. So again, hold onto the thighs if you want, just for a break. Come back onto the elbows if you need more of a break, or keep the arms by the side. Next, we're going to do pulses down. So we're just moving the arms down. That's all we're doing. There's no movement upwards. We're just pulsing the arms, but you're still doing lots of work because the core is having to hold you in position. So we'll just go for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Hold again for a short break, or go back on your elbows. Lovely. Next move is coming to the side. So we're going to hold on onto one side of the leg, and we're just going to take the arms off if you can, otherwise just use one arm, and we're going to raise them again slowly, but this time up to the side, and we're going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly bring them down and hold. So this move, we're accessing more of the obliques, which is the side of the abs, and so you're actually going to these moves are going to help you get a nice defined waist. Okay, now we're going to pulse to the side. So again, hold on if you need to, or take the arms off. The higher the arms, the harder it is. So if you're really super strong in the core, you can keep them up here. I'm going to have them at the intermediate level. We'll do another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Now come center. If you need a short break here, go back on the elbows. We're just going to have a little hold here for about another 5 seconds, and then we're going to move to the other side. Lovely. So now take it over to the other side, and we're just going to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to slowly take the arms up. Remember, you can use one arm if it's easier. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly bring it back down. Lovely. Now think about your core. Is it still in the right C-curve position? So I want you to make sure it's tilting upwards. And now we're just going to do some pulses. We're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Hold on. Come back to center. We're going to do one more set of taking the arms above the head from the center. So this is the last big push. Reset
the central C curve. Okay, take the arms off if you can, or otherwise use one arm, then exchange it for the other arm, and we're just going to bring them up. Slowly hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly bring them down. Fantastic, and now relax. So come back down. Okay, so you should have felt a nice workout there, particularly at the top of the abs, but also lower abs. Okay, so we're just going to stretch that out because you've had a bit of a workout there. So we're just going to come on up. If you just want to roll over onto your front, we're just going to come down and do what's called the Cobra Stretch. So just have the legs a little bit, feet slightly apart. Put the hands in front of you and have the elbows under the shoulders. The hands can be slightly out at a 45-degree angle. And I just want you to lift up, but pushing the chest forward. So imagine your chest is going forward and pushing it outwards towards the wall in front of you. And you should feel a nice stretch down the front of the abs. Okay, so we'll just take that down. Do it one more time. Come back up so that your elbows are under your shoulders. Have the hands slightly outwards. Push it forwards. Push the chest towards the wall in front of you. And then we're going to drop one shoulder. So I'm dropping this shoulder nearest you so that you're getting a little bit more stretch in the other side, down the side of the abs. And we're going to do the same the other way. So I'm going to drop this shoulder and I'm feeling more of a stretch down here. Come back to centre and relax. So now we're ready, we're on our fronts for the second move. So what we're doing here is I'm going to take my feet slightly wider than the chair, but move your chair out of the way if it's in the way. We're going to have the feet slightly wider than the mat, or slightly wider than the hip width apart. And we're going to have our hands in front of us like so. And this one, we're raising the legs. So this is actually working the glutes a little bit as well. So we're getting some action working our bum muscles, but we're also working the back here. So this is also a great move for the core in general. So what I want you to do is have your head with your forehead resting on the back of your palm, like so. But as I'm talking to you and teaching you, I'm going to be facing the camera. So I want you to raise the legs up, bracing with the core. So your feet come about, I'd say, about 10 inches off the floor. And then we're just going to lower them down. So we're going to do that again, and we're going to go for 20 reps on this. So nothing moves above the hips. Core staying nice and still. Brace with the core. Imagine you're sucking it in and up. And have your forehead resting down on your palms, so your neck's nice and relaxed. Okay, so we should have got to about 10 so far, so we're going to do another 10, 9. Imagine there's energy shooting out of the feet, so you've got a really strong point, nice strong legs, strong point in the legs. We're going to go for 5 more, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold them up there. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now remember, your head should be down here on your palm of your hands. I'm just talking to you, so I'm facing the camera. The next move we're doing is we're bending at the knees and we're bringing the feet together, but still having the knees wider apart. Head will be also still down on the back of the hands. So this time, we're going to flex the feet, so the heels are touching, but the toes are apart. So the toes are apart by about 45 degrees. This time, we're going to lift the feet up. So I want you to try, if possible, to not let the knees touch the floor. But if you need to, that's fine. You're still working the muscles, but just try and have the knees not quite touch the floor when you come down. So we're going to go for 20 here. So again, it's a nice controlled movement, tiny little pause at the top. We're not swinging them around. Bracing with the core, imagine sucking up the belly towards the inner spine. We're going to go for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold. So hold them off the floor if you can. Otherwise, if this is too much for you for now, have a break. We're going to hold for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Last move, very similar, but we're going to do an alternate with a point and a flexed foot. So feet stay in the same position, except we do point. So I'm going to go up for a flex, up for a point. Up with a flex, up with a point. Keep going. We're going to go for 20. Keep going. Head down on the back of the palms, remember. Nice strong core. Last 10. Point, flex, point, flex. Keep going. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now hold up with a point. We're going to hold for 20 this time. So we're going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Well done. So that was really hard work there with the back, working the lower back and also the glutes a bit. Okay, so I want you to slowly lower the legs, lower the feet, and we're just going to roll onto our back now, just to give your muscles a quick stretch. This is another thing that's integral to the body edit method, is that we stretch after working every major muscle group. So this helps you lengthen the muscles, gives you nice long lean lines and definition, and it also enhances the strength gain. So essentially you're getting stronger by lengthening out the muscles after working them. So we're just going to do a nice stretch for the lower back, the lumbar spine and the glutes. So we're just going to come onto our back, curl up into a ball and just gently roll it out with the head relaxed on the floor. So just rock from side to side and then come forwards and backwards, side to side, just easing out the back muscles there. Lovely. Now I want you to take one of your legs, cross it over, take the ankle over the opposite knee, and I want you to take both hands and thread them, hold round the back of that thigh. So the thigh that's facing behind in front of you, hold around the back of that thigh, take the other leg out to the side, and then pull in with this thigh towards your chest. So you should feel a nice stretch down the side here in this glute. So I'm holding my left leg and I'm stretching out the right leg. So just ease that in towards you by pulling the thigh. Lovely, just hold that for a little bit longer. And release and swap sides. So we're taking the opposite ankle over the opposite knee. Threading the arms through, holding behind the thigh. So I'm holding behind my right thigh and I'm stretching out my left glute or bum muscle. That's the same thing. And pull this thigh in towards you and you should be feeling a stretch down the opposite area of the back of the upper thigh and the bum. Lovely, hold that, take some nice gentle breathing, nice deep breaths, get the oxygen back to the muscles. Couple more seconds and then release. So now we're on our backs, ready for the last move. I'm just going to move the chair out of the way. So this last move is particularly focusing on the lower stomach muscles and the pelvic floor. Now this one, it depends on what feels most comfortable to you, but it's probably best if you use some support. So you can either place your hands just underneath your bum, or if it feels easier, in the arch of your spine. Now, I wouldn't advise to go without using some sort of support, but if you're particularly strong, you can try it without using the arms and just have the arms by the side or have them out by the side. But I'm going to place mine underneath my bum because that's most comfortable for me. So my hands are going underneath my bum, just as like a little bit of a sort of buffer there. They're not directly under, they're just sort of like keeping it stable. Now I want you to raise the legs up in front of you. If you can't straighten them and point them, just have a slight bend with a point, but I want you to point the toes. So try and straighten them up directly up above in front of you. Have a really nice strong point and imagine energy is shooting out of your toes. Now, I want you to brace with the core, hold it in. We're looking up towards the ceiling, and we're just going to lower the legs. Now, if you can only go that far without compromising your back, then take it that far. I just want you to work to the point before if you feel the small of your back start to arch, that means you've taken it too far. So if you can go all the way down to the ground, fantastic. So we're going to take it down, and we're going to go for 10. Nice gentle breathing here. Nice control breathe. So breathe out on the lower and in on the up. So we've got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. And bring it up. Now hold. If you can hold it up there, fantastic. If you need a quick break, then bend the legs. Otherwise, hold them up there. We're just going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to do that set again, but we're going to slightly switch up the legs, or the feet. So we're actually going to do a point and a flex, but the flex is outwards. So if you can see, the flex, you're having your heels together, but your toes are separated. So you go down with a point, and when you come up, you're flexing. So we're going down with a point, and we're coming up with a flexed foot. We're going down with a point, and we're opening up at the bottom and coming up with a flexed foot. So down, open, up, down, open, up, down, open, up, down, open, up. We've got 5 more. Down, open, up. 3, down, open, up. Last one. Lovely. Hold it there. Relax the knees. So we're just going to have a quick break. Again, you can keep them up there if you want to. Otherwise, just have a quick break there. You might find that these muscles, the front of the thighs, are working quite hard as well. Fantastic. For the last set, we're going to hold the legs back up above. And this time we're just going to lower alternate legs. So we're going to have hands either beneath the bottom or under the small of the back. And we're just going to take one leg down, bring it up, the other leg down, bring it up with a point. One leg down, bring it up. So we're going to do that for a last set of 10. So that's 3, it's 1 each side. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, keep breathing, nice strong core, 8, 9, almost there, 10. Last side, lovely, and bring it in. Roll it out. Excellent, well done. So we're just going to stretch that out. We're just going to go back over and do the Cobra Stretch one more time. So, elbows underneath shoulders, feet slightly apart. And we're just going to lift the chest and push it towards the wall in front of us. Now, if you're particularly good at this, you can actually come on up, if you're quite flexible in the back. Come on up, straightening the arms, but making sure the shoulders aren't hunched up. The shoulders are nice and relaxed, and push down. And push the chest forward. And then drop one shoulder, so I'm dropping the shoulder nearest you guys. You're feeling a little bit more of a stretch down this side. Take it back to centre, I'm dropping that shoulder, so I'm feeling more of the stretch down here. Take it back to the centre. And release. Now we're just going to come up onto all fours for a quick cat stretch. So have the knees hip width apart, hands the same width as the shoulders, directly below the shoulders, knees directly below the hips. And we're just going to round the spine up towards the ceiling, dropping the neck, making sure the neck's nice and relaxed, the head's relaxed, nice and relaxed, and arch the back towards the ceiling. You should feel it across the top of the shoulders. And then reverse that slowly, We're just tilting the pelvis up towards the ceiling, arching the back towards the floor. Take some nice deep breaths. One more time, arch the back towards the ceiling. Nice relaxed neck, and round down, arching towards the floor. Lovely. Now we're just going to walk the hands back to the knees, curl the feet underneath you, so you can come into a squat position. Now we're just going to keep the hands in front of us on the floor, straighten the legs with the feet together, the knees together, the ankles together, and just, if you can, bend gently, bend and straighten the legs. Keeping a nice relaxed head. So just bend and straighten a little bit. Don't have to go into complete straighten if it's too much for you. Lovely. Come into the crouch position and gently roll on up vertebra by vertebra, rounding up to standing. Fantastic. Now roll out the shoulders, shake it out a little bit. And that was your abs workout. So thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us again if this was your second time of watching the Body Edit workout. We're really pleased to have been involved in the Zero Calorie Advent Calendar, and we hope you enjoyed it. We are going to be starting classes in London in the new year, so if you're interested, look out for the information at the end of this little mini movie, and you should see information on how to get in touch with us. So it's www.bodyedit.com. We're also available currently for personal training and corporate classes. So thank you very much.